Hey everybody, it's Jason, Lexington Antiques. I bought a collection, I don't know if it was a year or 2 years ago, of a Army helicopter pilot who ended up being a test pilot for the Apache helicopter program. I literally went into his office and I said, I'll take it all, like at the estate sale. But I missed out on two helmets, two more modern helmets, probably actually the ones he would use in the actual Apache program, but they were very expensive. Somebody bought one, and the other one was actually had some broken pieces on it, so I didn't get it. But let me kind of show you, and it's going to take me a little while to go through all of this. I'll kind of maybe do some parts and pieces here and there to show you everything. Let's take a look. All right, so everything right here on the floor is everything that I got at that estate sale. I'm from Vietnam on up to I think the 80s, somewhere in the 80s. I'll do a quick pan over and I'll start doing some videos of these individual pieces. And I actually think I am going to sell this collection. I just didn't really want to post it here, so I'm not going to ship all this, so it'd have to be somebody local here in South Carolina. But and as I took it out, I was second guessing even trying to sell it, but I figured it's just sitting in these totes. I really don't have an area to display it, but let me start going through some of the individual pieces. All right, so first are some of his. I don't have any of the medals. I hope the family kept them. But it's interesting to have this information with his stuff here. But these are some of his citations for his service when he was in Vietnam. He had the Distinguished Flying Cross, May 1967, when he was a warrant officer. Air Medal, again, I think this is 67. And this Bronze Star is still Vietnam, but sorry about the shadows. You see there he got his commission as a second lieutenant. And it's 1967 to 68. This is a later citation, but he was actually awarded the Soldier's Medal in 1977. But the good thing about this is I have this piece, but also the write-up from the Soldier's Medal. And, I mean, that's a lot to read, but basically, during a storm when he was sailing, several boats were either disabled in the water or in danger of sinking. He saved several people by jumping into the water, and one guy he actually pulled, it actually says in here that he pulled by the hair out of the boat as he was trying to swim out as the boat was sinking. It's just an amazing write-up. I mean, this gentleman was definitely a hero. And we'll go on to some other things. Hold on one sec. All right, some more of his Vietnam items. This is a great presentation to him from when he was at Camp Inari in Vietnam, 67 to 68. And I guess later he was in Korea in the 74 to 75. And he was a captain at that point. And this helmet, for these two helmets, I'm pretty sure from his Vietnam service. This one I know for sure because he is listed on his tape there as a warrant officer, which the other citation, he was a second lieutenant before he left Vietnam in 68. So this is a really nice piece here. Everything's intact. And this one I'm assuming still Vietnamish. I don't know if he actually used this in Vietnam, but it's the same style helmet. Also, his skull caps to go under his helmet, which is just some great items to complete you normally don't have. With that, let's see some more stuff. Keep it in kind of some sort of order, but this is a certificate from a graduating the Naval Air Test Pilot School, Class 74. His plaque from Class 74, and a mug with his name on it. One piece that was a little before that I just noticed I missed was this plaque here from being an instructor and being a first lieutenant in '69. I've got 3 of his knee boards. That one actually has his name on it. I think these other 2 don't have his name on them, but they were in all of this stuff. His, I forget what you call these, flight computer or air navigation computer. It's a neat piece to have. These are empty, but they're just some checklist books that he kept. Alright, so this might be a little out of order, but at some point he was testing out some type of early warning system or a stall warning device for an OV-1 Mohawk, which is, I'm pretty sure it's this plane. And this is his Meritorious Service Medal write-up for that. And I believe that's him, but I'm not 100% because I didn't see any actual photos in the state of him. There's a few more photos and I'll show you. But that is inside of an OV-1. And here's his flight manual with his name on it and the OV-1 in it. And a couple of patches for that. I told you all it was a lot, but there's some interesting pieces coming up. So probably one of the more interesting things about this gentleman was he was an actual test pilot on the Apache helicopter program, the YAH-64, which we know now to be an amazing aircraft. But there's some items here from just him being in that program that I'm going to share with you now. This is just a certificate. If you notice, it has the YAH in front. So it was the test program of it from the Hughes helicopters to him in 1976. I believe that's him. And this is just a plaque. I forget who it was from. It doesn't say from who, but it's dated 79 to 81 for him being a test pilot. It said Army Aviation Wings there. And this is a photo of a Hellfire missile being fired with some signatures. Sorry, that shadow is all over it. Some signatures on it. One of my favorite pieces, though, is this one right here. And it actually says, congratulations to him on the first Hellfire missile launch from a YAH-64 by military crew members with the date 26 January 81. I'm not sure who signed this, but this is actually him and his gunner firing the first Hellfire missile successfully at looks like a tank for a target there. But how cool is that? All right, a few more things. We're almost through it. All right, I'm not quite sure why he had this photo. And I know he was a warrant officer, so maybe he was, earlier he was enlisted and maybe he's in this photo. There's nothing written on it. No names or anything. I'm assuming this is him. I can't quite make out the name tape. How cool is that? The background there. I think that's a Kiowa in the back. I'm not sure if he tested those or not. Now this one is super cool. So I had to look this up because I wasn't sure what helicopter this was. Apparently it was a early testing of a helicopter that was actually going to be called a Black Hawk, I think. Obviously not the same Black Hawk we're used to seeing. I don't think it made it through the trials, or they didn't pick it up and give him a contract, but so I'm not sure if he was testing these as well. That's the only reason I would think he would have these. But what a cool piece right there alone. And there's other stuff that, some other plaques. This actual oxygen mask I forgot to show with the helmets. Some other little plaques here. His helmet bag. And this is just a signed plaque from him from some kind of safety. I can't remember, he did some kind of safety program too. Again, I pretty much just said I'll take everything off of the wall that the family was selling, so another set of aviation items. This is dated 1977 from the Aviation Engineering Flight Activity Group. Really cool. And a stack of books on crash survival and emergency systems and stuff like that. And I think that's it. Like I say, it's a lot. My plan was to do a wall up with it, kind of honor him and put it up there. I had some people want some individual pieces, but I don't break up a group like this. But I will be posting it for sale. If you look on Facebook at Lexington Antiques, if you're not a follower, go ahead and follow that for me. I'd appreciate it. And if you're interested, let me know. But like I say, it's so much that I'm not planning on shipping anything. If you have a way to have it shipped, I'll gladly, meet up with somebody or drop it off somewhere. But it's just too much for me to worry about packing and shipping. But so if you know anybody interested in this kind of stuff, please tag them or let them know about the video. And I'm gonna do some pictures tonight or tomorrow on the Mantiques Facebook page. And if it doesn't sell, then I'll gladly keep it, and hopefully one day I'll be able to actually put it somewhere. But as you can see, the space is now limited because I've kind of filled most of it up. That's not a bad thing, right? All right, thanks for watching.